Welcome to AT Vision, powered by Quad Off-Road Magazine. This Moto-Sode brought to you by MotoWorks. A lot of people buzzing about this one. Round 9, Pleasure Valley, just outside of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Jason Wygand here to bring you through what many are calling the Moto of the Century. Amazing racing here, and why not? The Suzuki ATV Summer National was poised right in the middle of an amazing and dramatic championship fight between Chad Wienen, Dustin Wimmer, and Joe Byrd. And the Pennsylvania fans have plenty to root for. The Ironman John Natale hails from this neck of the woods, as does Wimmer. And there you see Wimmer just 5 points behind Wienen coming into this one, and Byrd still in the hunt as well. So the scene's set. Let's go racing here in Moto number 1. There's your points leader, Wienen, who had terrible starts at our last event. Wimmer, who came back to win that one, recovering from a shoulder injury. High drama here in Pennsylvania. Into the first turn we go. It's Doug Gust who's going to grab the MotorcycleUSA.com hole shot, and Wienen goes down in turn 1. A dramatic change in the championship already, just a few seconds into the racing here at Pleasure Valley. And look at Wimmer taking advantage. He's right behind his teammate Gust. Josh Creamer in the hunt as well. Look at Wimmer immediately go to work. Takes the lead from his teammate Gust and sets sail. This is the Dustin Wimmer we saw earlier in the season, and of course last season, that won the championship. But the big surprise was Byrd back there in third on the red machine. Byrd has been struggling through the mid portion of the season, but he was back and on a charge. Same thing with Creamer here in the number 4 spot. Behind that, Josh Upperman on the move. The number 20 Honda rider passes Thomas Brown's factory Yamaha and then gets around fellow Honda rider Harold Goodman. Goodman would then battle with John Natale, and Brown a little bit further back. More bad news for Wienen. Don't listen too closely to that. He's fired up. The first turn crash does too much damage to his Kawasaki. He is out of the moto. So suddenly, Dustin Wimmer, who was thought to have thrown this championship away a couple of months ago, is going to take the points lead back. Winning this moto is not going to be so easy. Look at this battle behind him. Here's Byrd going after Gust, making the move around the outside. How many laps and how many corners have those two spent side by side like that through the years? This time Byrd gets the better of Gust. That's his first podium finish in a moto since Steel City back in May. So Byrd is definitely back. Here's a battle with Can-Am riders Jeremy Lawson and Brandon Smith. So there's plenty of action all over the track to keep the fans of Pleasure Valley fired up. And they were both fired up for this guy, Dustin Wimmer, looking awfully hard to stop. Byrd, Gust, and Creamer round out the top 4. And man, was that close down the line. If you want to see how intense it was at Pleasure Valley, check out this battle between the factory Yamaha teammates Brown and Brown. Thomas Brown stuffing Pat Brown at the finish to take 9th. Pat Brown 10th. Well done by Upperman to hold on for 5th. Okay, so a huge championship swing in Moto 1 as Wimmer takes the victory and Chad Wienen fails to finish. Brace yourselves now for one of the most dramatic races and dramatic finishes you'll see. Joe Byrd determined to get an overall victory. Creamer, who was so close in that first moto, fired up as well. Byrd's determination pays off. He nails the MotorcycleUSA.com hole shot, leading Wimmer through the rhythm section. There you've got Gust and Creamer right there. Basically a rematch where we were in Moto number 1. Based on Wimmer's performance in that moto, you'd think he could get by Byrd and take the lead, but it was not to be. Not only could he not get around the number 7, the 55 and 9 were all right there as well. As for Wienen, another terrible start. He was 12th at the end of lap 1. He was not in contention to win this thing. Look at Wimmer try to make the move. Byrd comes around the outside, rams into him, and fights to get him back. This was just the beginning of a classic battle here. Here's Gust and Creamer battling it out for 3rd, not too far behind the leaders. Look at Byrd going back after Wimmer. 4 riders just exchanging all over the place, and the fans were fired up. Heck, even the amateur racers decided to leave their trucks and stop wrenching on the machines. It was time to get to the fence and watch this one. Here's Wimmer still in the lead. Byrd still stalking him. Gust and Creamer right there. No one giving the champ any quarter. And then just past the halfway mark, lap 8, Byrd takes the lead back from Wimmer. Then Wimmer takes the lead back from Byrd, with Gust and Creamer still right there putting the pressure on. Also of note coming through the pack, here's Upperman on the number 20, battling with Thomas Brown and Craig G. Eventually, Upperman would make his way inside the top 5 to go for a podium overall. But all eyes were on this battle for the lead. Bird versus Wimmer. For the second time in the race, Bird's able to make the move, and then Creamer follows suit. He gets past the defending series champ, and now it's the 7 and the 9 in the lead. Then watch this. All 3 riders come together in one corner. Then Creamer rams into the back of Bird. Wimmer takes the number 2 spot back. Oh, but it wasn't going to sit well. Wimmer wanted the number 1 spot. He squares up Bird on the inside. They collide. Creamer around the outside takes the number 2 spot back from Wimmer as they charge uphill. Wimmer able to shut the door. He holds on to second, but only momentarily. Creamer was looking for another opportunity to pounce, another opportunity to pass, and it would come down to the final lap. Bird looking at a 2-1 score to try to win the overall, while Wimmer has to deal with Creamer. Down to the final corner we come. Creamer makes the move on Wimmer, then tries an outside line on Bird. They collide. Wimmer to the inside takes the lead and the win with his teammate Gust right behind him. And Bird and Creamer stacked together and losing points and positions by the truckload. Let's look at it again. Creamer and Bird collide. Wimmer takes the lead. Gust manages to just sneak through for second. For good measure, Bird gives Creamer a little pop to the face, takes out a couple of hay bales headed to the finish. That's as good a racing as you'll ever see. Rockstar Makita Suzuki takes the win, and the points lead is back in the hands of Dustin Wimmer. Creamer ends up 7th, Bird 10th. Let's go to victory lane as we look at the overall. Trying to sort this whole thing out with Krista Watson, who's down there with our winners.
Josh, you had quite a battle coming back through the pack to get 5th, and when you got 3rd, what the heck were you thinking?
You know, I don't really know. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is the last lap, and they're both tangled up right there. I mean, I guess I got lucky, but hey, you know, I'll take whatever I can get. I had a horrible hole shot, and I just kept battling and running, catching people. You know, I just kept working hard at it. I guess it paid off. So.
Oh, you know, the first moto I pulled the hole shot, my Rockstar Suzuki Makita Yoshimir LTR 450, Fox shocks and Maxxis tires brought me right to the front, but I ended up getting a rock in the brake and dropped the 3rd the first moto, but second moto, wow. Was that a moto? And you know, I was watching it all. I was back at 3rd, then Creamer passed me, and we went back 4th a few times, and then I just didn't have the strength. I'm like, I guess 4th is it, you know. And then like 2 laps to go, I'm like, I'm putting a charge on. I'm gonna put my head down and go for it. And I almost spun out, and I lost more distance, but I caught back up to him at the end. And then here I see him tangled, and I'm like, yes. Lucky me. So yeah, that was, you know, usually the bad luck goes my way, but I had some good luck today, and that's great. I'm happy to be up here 2nd again.
It was crazy. It was great racing, and a lot of battling back and forth between us 3, Joe and Josh, and man, it came up to that last turn, and me and Josh were side by side coming over that last jump, and I guess those guys got tangled up there, and I was right there. It happened so quick, and I got right by him, so luck was on my side.
The first time, though, you really, really pulled away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, definitely. My Rockstar Makita Suzuki LTR 50 was really working great for me out there. First moto, just got out front and had a good, comfortable lead.
That's the best battling we've seen in a long time. Thanks for showing it to us.
Thank you.
An unbelievable swing of the points. Wimmer was 5 down on Wienen going in. He leaves 29 points up. Wienen and Bird now in a battle for 2nd. Just 2 races remain in the Tour. Our next Motosode next week will cover Team Kawasaki, and our next round August 2nd at Redbud in Michigan. All of this brought to you by Motorworks. Make sure to check out atvmotocross.com for the official series schedule. Join us at Redbud. Join us at the finale at Loretta Lynn's, or for the ATV Open at Steel City on Labor Day weekend to see these boys in action. It was great bringing it to you. For Krista Watson, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching AT Vision.